I come here today not to talk so much about Smart Class because I think that magic word says everything that it has to say and we are there sharing what we do. However, today I want to discuss about a very different thing of what I see in some ways as an outsider to what is happening to schools in our country. Okay? I've been here for a decade and a half, enabling teachers to work with digital content and use labs and so on. Today I feel is a very specific phenomena of what are the challenges, or if I may say, how the paradigm is really shifting. Today when I meet school owners, I think more than talking about Smart Class, I end up talking about most of these things. Recently in my visit to Indore, I think one of the biggest things we talked about all through my 1-hour meeting was all about dummy students, all about how all big schools are facing a huge challenge of students moving out of regular big schools, signing up in some kind of dummy schools as dummy students and attending professional courses all through. How about investing into teacher training and eventually losing those teachers to newer brands or different things and so on. And then obviously there are these discussions about RTE, fee regulation concerns, safety. And I think today the biggest player for a school owner or a school leader has come into in the form of media getting into its place and saying, well, we want to define how you'll be judged, measured, looked at, and so on. I feel while many of these things have been there, many of these things I think fee regulations have been through in the last 6-7 years. Various states have come through things and various ways have been worked out. But I feel that there are some things that we can definitely work. I think student retention, teachers training, and very important dummy students phenomena is now, which is a very raging phenomena coming from Tier B to Tier A towns of schools losing admissions in the higher classes, is something that we can definitely address. You know, gone are the times when I think in the last 10 years, there's been an accelerated, if I may say, an accelerated vision curve of the expectation from schools. We started off with schools being the place for knowledge and learning. We moved on to knowledge and learning and personality. And then we moved for knowledge, learning, personality, and skills. And now we believe that anything that we wish for, the school should deliver. Secondly, we shouldn't pay for it extra because the school should deliver. And the expectation versus the input is really getting into an imbalance. And today, I think it is one of the most challenging times that I personally believe, not running a school, but saying, I think you're doing the bravest job in the country to run a school, to hold those kind of expectations, to deliver, and to be judged by everybody is something that requires not only wisdom, skill set, but a lot of courage in today's times. Now I come back to what we believe should be the next, maybe a dimension. And I'm sure there is a panel that's discussing about this. I know Roshan is in that panel discussing about how the fee regulation, how the various pieces are talking about. And I think in that dimension, one should look at a possibility of, you know, schools not really just playing the second fiddle, but really the heroes in the children's life all over again. And today's world, like Pan Sir said, we are redefining every day and we have to run faster than where the curve is leading. And schools become that pivotal point for 99.9% of the generation. That is where they will take the stimulation from. And that is why we believe now it is the cusp that two things can happen. First, every school will eventually move into an integrated phenomena of competitive education within school hours. Because more and more the expectation will grow and more solutions will come to your age. I've been looking at teacher talent as the largest issue in this country. Nobody wants to become a teacher. Everybody wants the best schools. Everybody wants to go to a better school. without enabling our own children to become educators anymore. So who really enables learning and everything? And I believe that is where technology can play a very large game. I've seen solutions where the best teachers in the country get beamed so that children sitting in any district of the country get enabled. Today with Vidya Mandir that we are working on an online, we have seen how high quality educational wisdom with the right material can be beamed across and leveraged by any school in any part of the country, helping children to learn and not get restricted to where they are. And they're not going to a tuition center to get this because their own school is providing such a service and their own school is becoming the one nodal point in their life. The second big piece, I'm sure everybody has seen, Shah Rukh Khan is dancing on the television every day to tell you that your child should learn online. And I think that is one piece that is happening in this country. Whether we like it or not, every child will buy an online learning solution in this country in a matter of next 12 to 15 months. The question is, how does that blend into the school? Okay? Because you're teaching X, they are using various resources, and why can't schools become that channel of really bringing that entire piece together? So I think that it is the time for schools to be the 24/7 learning partners in not only enabling what happens in 6 to 8 hours, but also providing through them the platforms that believe that the entire trust equation stays with the same stakeholders on better learning at home, on better learning of competitive exams, and better pieces of personalization for every child. I think, Nasir, will you help me with the AV now? As I would like to just close it and say, I think it's an era of blended learning. And I think it's an era where schools have to move into the next avatar of saying, not only 8 to 2 or 7 to 3, but we are here with you, partners in your child's learning with your parents and students, and we bring the next level of competitive learning integrated with us, online learning beyond school hours, and creating a safe and secure environment in which your children can always blossom and learn. And I'll leave you with this a small AV of what we do. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for your time.